Annette with Annette's Astrology Corner, and this is your forecast for August. And so I'm going to be doing my readings a little bit different coming the months ahead because I give you guys daily readings, and so I don't think I need to go into these hardcore, really long messages in every single month, because I think what's important about each month is that you just know where the energy is in your chart, where it's focusing or where it's putting a spotlight on. And I think if you have that energy, then you can look at the energies at play, and you can say, okay, if Jupiter is, being heavily aspected today by Saturn, then you know that for you, Jupiter is going to be in your 5th house, right? And if you have that in your head, you don't need me to do like a sun sign daily horoscope, because you already know your energies at play. You just got to write them down. So let's talk about all the energies that are changing energies this month. We have a lot of them. And then we're going to talk about how they affect you. So, a big thing this month is that on the 1st of this month, Saturn goes direct in your 7th house. And when Saturn goes direct, we're not worried. We're not pulling so much up from the past. We're still dealing with karmic issues, and we're still in the classroom with Saturn. But, it's more of a progressive energy. It's more of a benefic energy. It's not so much paying back old karmic debt. It's more about, moving forward and making your goals happen in those specific areas. And Saturn will tweak them and help you move those along. So for you, this is in your 7th house. Now, the 7th house is marriage, partnership. It's love. It's partnerships in very joint ventures, like if you were to partner with somebody over a financial issue. It is that kind of energy. It also has to do with, contracts, business contracts, marriages, if you get married, the legality of it. So it's a very big energy. So you're going to have Saturn in there progressively moving forward in those areas. So if you felt compelled through this last Scorpio, when Saturn and Scorpio trudged up a lot of old painful memories, right? From about 2012 to 2014. And I think that many of you stared them in the face, but it wasn't actually the month to deal with them, because you had Mars in a debilitated state in Cancer, not letting it move forward. It was more about, the energy was a little off. You were more passive aggressive with what you were trying to get. I think you felt more stagnant. I don't think you felt like you had choices and how to deal with the energy. But what was revealed resonated with you, and you internalized it instead of worked through it. Thankfully, with Saturn going direct, you are now able to take all of those partnership issues that was trudged back up by Saturn that you faced, and you're going to be revisiting them, but in a much more progressive fashion. Another big day that I want to talk about, or another big energy shift, is Mars on the 8th is going to be moving into Leo. Now, I am thankful for this energy. First of all, I have a Mars in Leo. So it's going to make you feel sexual again. It's going to make you feel vital again. The energy is going to feel on. And I have a PhD in this energy because, I'm 44 and I have been studying this energy for a really long time. But thankfully, now you're going to be dealing with it like a Leo. So you're going to be aggressive and assertive, and you're going to be, you're going to have the vitality of a male lion out there on the prowl. And you know what? You're going to take what's yours and you're going to own it. And you know what? You're going to talk about it. and you're going to get past it, and you're gonna make some real progressive energy, especially if you're teaming up with Saturn and you are working well. If you're not getting too ego oriented, this energy can be highly ego oriented. It can be very argumentative. It can make you argumentative for argumentative's sake, just because if you get hurt and you're a very sensitive sign, especially when you're trying to move forward and this person is giving you some resistance, you know what? This energy is going to make you humble that down. And the reason I'm telling you this is because on the 11th, we have Jupiter also switching energies. Jupiter is going to be switching from the Leo energy into Virgo energy. Now, here's where it gets super duper interesting, I think. If you are an ego-oriented person, if you're doing things based on your wants and needs, but you're not thinking of others, Jupiter will expand the relationship issues that you have this month. You could experience a breakup, and a very quick one, if you are not looking in the best interest of somebody else, if you're trying to fulfill your own selfish needs. This Jupiter for you is going to be going into your 5th house. So it's going to be expanding the need for romance, for love, for creativity, need for fun, adventure, pleasurable experiences, the need to take risks. It's going to want to expand that. So you may feel like you have a need to pursue somebody or something, but there's a risk involved. You're going to have the cojones to go out there and freaking do it, because you know you've got all this Leo and Mars energy. If anybody's ever seen me in action, when I truly want something, I get it. I find a way, or somehow I just attract it. But it just happens to me, and I'm very fortunate that way, having this Mars placement. And so, and it makes me extremely sensual and loving, and, you know, I mesmerize sometimes people by sensuality, not even meaning to, really. But it's just something that you exude when you have this energy. So for you, you're going to be attracting partners and attracting, you know, possible romantic affairs. You know, there's a potential for for romance to be a big deal this month. However, there's a kicker with this energy. We have Venus that was debilitated in Virgo, also shifting energy, going into Leo, right? And so this energy that you experienced last month was you hesitated. You know, I think you were looking at more of the routines and how you look at yourself and how, you know, how vital of a partner. There was some doubt. You didn't feel like you deserved another chance in a relationship. Venus being in retrograde is all about reconciliation. It's about recovering a situation. It's all about people from your past coming back, or you going after somebody from your past to come back that you really, really love. It's a chance for a tremendous reconciliation in a relationship that you let go, or that person may have let you go, and there's a chance for this beautiful union to happen again. Now, Jupiter is a planet that expands everything it touches. So it expands negativity as well as positive. And when you have Jupiter going into Virgo, right, Jupiter really doesn't feel all that great going into Virgo, and this will happen on the 11th in your 5th house. And so it has the potential to expand. If you're in a romantic endeavor right now, let's say, or if you're wanting to have a romantic affair, if it's not in the best interest for the other person, you are going to find that Saturn, who is in the planet of others, where you fall, is going to make you fall on your ass. I'm just going to lay that. You know what? If you're being self-oriented in this relationship and you are not considering your partner as important as yourself, Jupiter will expand that to that person, to that partner. It'll also expand if that person is being ego-oriented and not thinking of you in the relationship. It'll expand that issue and it will terminate and it will end. It is, you know what this is this is energy is in like, it's taking, it's taking a piece of metal and it's making a hot and cold and hot and cold and hot and cold. Pretty soon you've got to see if that metal can hold up against being strong enough for those temperature changes or for those different, aspects to be continually testing your relationships. And so you may find that you may have sudden endings, because, when Jupiter expands anything, it expands it fast, and it also creates everything, to the highest degree. And so you may not have much time to recover if you are being ego-oriented in this relationship. If you are truly trying to reconcile with somebody, or somebody is trying to reconcile from your past with you, then you're going to find this union to be, it's almost like it's going to be destined in the stars, and you will find that Jupiter will go in there and will expand it, but on healthy means. You will only expand relationships that will help you excel in your mental well-being, that will help you excel in your physical well-being. It's not going to help expand relationships that are codependent, or that make you have poor habits that Saturn has been trying to work through with you since about 2012. So there's a really big focus for you this month on relationships, on love and romance. You also are going to be having Venus in retrograde in here in your home and family. So you're thinking about family. You're thinking about starting a family. You're thinking about kids. You're thinking about, your childhood. It's pulling you back into the past, and you are going over a lot. And so I think there's a lot to be said for slowing it down. I know that you like to go really slow, but Jupiter really isn't going to allow it to go slow. If it is a destined relationship, if it is in your best interest, you will find that Jupiter will speed up the process in this relationship, and forgiveness will just be a given in this relationship if it's karmic, if it's karmically destined. So on the 1st, we have Saturn going direct in your 7th house. And then we have, on the 11th, we have Jupiter in Virgo, going into Virgo, and that'll be in your 5th house. And then we have a new moon on the 4th. This new moon on the 14th is going to be in your 4th house. Now, this is the first new moon that we've had that's not debilitated. That's not in the state of like, something is dragging it down and making you only create opportunity through, something of dissolution, or through opposition, or through a quincunx or square or whatever. Like, it's not based on that. It's based on true new beginnings. It's based on beautiful Leo energy. Now, this is about, when you have Leo in a new moon, energy in a new moon, it is about hopes, dreams, wishes. It's about creative endeavors. It's about family. It's about children. It's about planting seeds that will absolutely generate a positive aspect. For you, literally, this could mean actually planting a literal seed. If you are male, it could mean about planting your seed and making a baby. Like it's that kind of, it could have that kind of beginning for you. So if you are thinking about starting a family with somebody or having children, this is a great month to give it a try. There's a lot of powerful energy in support. Again, if it's destined, if it will benefit all, especially others. Jupiter is not going to expand anything that will not benefit all in the big picture of everything. And then we have a full moon in Pisces, and this will be in your 11th house. Now, this is a lovely, glorious, beautiful moon. It's all about how you perceive your life. What is your spiritual connection to this world and to others? It is about, how sensitive are you to others? This is about expanding all of that. Now, remember that Neptune is the ruler of Pisces, and in this particular energy of this particular full moon, Neptune is speaking harmoniously with its sign, with its ruling sign. And so these two energies together are going to work in manifesting a magical experience in your life. Magical conversation, a magical connection, a twin flame connection, a karmic connection that will take you to the next level, possibly a soulmate connection. You know, if you really want to manifest something, you may see this come from your friends. If you have a friend that you have been liking from afar and you just have this unusual connection, you may find that this friendship holds the key to a lot of what you have been desiring in this home and family sector, in love and romance, and in expanding your ability to relate to others. This is a glorious month. There's a lot of tremendous positive energy in this month. If you hear me in my daily forecast talk about energies, then keep in mind what I say in your monthly. Write it down. Just say, okay, in August, Annette said that Jupiter is going to be in my 5th house. Well, it would be for a year. And then Mars is going to be in your 4th house, and Saturn's going to be in your 7th house. And Venus is going to be in your 4th house, along with the Sun and Mars. And the new moon's going to be in your 4th, and the full moon's going to be in your 11th. If you guys can remember some of those really key planets, those are your personal planets, then you will see how these energies will affect you. And if I'm saying a lot of really positive things about the planets, and you're feeling a positive aspect, you're going to know, oh, that's going to hit my 5th house, or oh, that's going to hit my 4th house, or oh, that's going to hit my 7th house. You know, you see how it works. But I hope you have a fantastic August, and I hope you watch my daily energy readings, and I look forward to talking to you guys again next month.